Hello, fellow YouTubers, Trouble8385. I've been tagged by 16-Bit Gaming in E3 2011 tag. His first question is, what do you expect from Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo at E3? Well, let's get through the obvious. Nintendo, right? Obviously, a new home console. One I expect to be more powerful than the PS3. I'm expecting Nintendo wants to take back the hardcore audience, along with the new casual audience they've gained. So I think you'll see some motion control, but one of the mistakes they made with the Wii that I think they've learned with the new one is there will also be classic controller, so you can play games either way. And who knows, I think Nintendo's going to have a surprise. I think there'll be something else in the way you play in that somehow. I think their format, because I think with this environment, I don't know if they're playing 5 or 10 years from next system, but I expect it to have a massive disk size or whatever storage they use for the games is expected really massive to do some really crazy stuff. Because I mean, the PS3 hasn't even come close to tapping the full potential with the Blu-ray, so I expect Nintendo to come out hitting hard. I would love to see them come with a new Zelda and Mario at launch, but they never do that. Love to see them come with an F-Zero, since they completely skipped that series on the Wii, or Star Fox, or Nintendo has so many great franchises or series they've never had, games they've never actually gone back to again, that I would love to see them go back to Star Tropics or something and bring it back. And Nintendo bring up a massive lineup with their new system of their stuff and other people's stuff. But I expect Nintendo wants to not just be the system of Nintendo and Nintendo games, system of Nintendo and third-party developers. As for Microsoft, it's simple. They're going to add more. I want to see them add more features than Xbox Live. As great as it is, they can add more features to it, more things for you to do on it. I want Microsoft, to be honest, I expect Microsoft to start coming out with some new first-party titles, or their new titles, because you cannot go forever on just Gears of War and Halo. They're going to have to come up with something new. I hope they start trying new things with the system. And obviously, more than just mini games on the Kinect, I think will happen at E3, because it's in some ways it comes like the Wii for people. I know it kind of my habits with it. I'll play it one time for about an hour, and then 2 months later I'll go back to it. And that leads us to Sony. Out of all the companies, I think Sony has to have the most important company to have a great E3 with everything going on right now. Sony has to, and has to. One, they have to really focus heavily on the new PlayStation Network. What they're adding to it, they really need to add on to it quickly, integrate on it. They need to make people a reason to go there, and they need overall to explain sillily crazy how much new security they've got on, and they need to keep adding security. They need to prove to people the store is worth going to. They need to really work on that. They need to integrate on that. They need to integrate on that online service quickly, and they need to make it really secure. On the other hand, they need to come up with a great lineup for E3 with the pressure of all the media and what people know about it. That's the only way to draw people to the system. And they need to go to make more great first-party titles that they have in the past, with bringing out some big games. Like they could bring back Siphon Filter. They've got a lot of franchises. Sony does have some franchises or games over the years from the PS1 2 they just kind of haven't gone back to, that they could also go back to. And more importantly for Sony, they better get exclusives or something, because they really need to work right now. I mean, what's going on with them? They really need to work. Out of all of them, they need to work really hard for E3. So the second question was, what news do I expect at E3? Well, I expect to see Dragon Quest X for the Wii, which will be interesting how they're going to do that, because they pulled off Dragon Quest IX on the DS beautifully. I don't know if I expect, but I'd love to see Sega with a new Panzer Dragon, or Shenmue, or Shining Force 4, or a real Phantasy Star. Sega has so many great franchises. It's a shame they don't go back and bring them back. Yeah, I expect to see Atari come up to iterating in the XBLA and PlayStation Store of old popular games and redoing them for today, like they do with Asteroids and now Yar's Revenge. But truthfully, the game I'm most looking forward to would probably be Dragon Quest X. I would look forward to Halo 4, even though I'm not the biggest Halo nut. I would love to hear an announcement of Mortal Kombat DLC, what it's going to be, but I don't know they're going to do that at E3. I don't know, see, game-wise, hard for me because it's hard to predict out what games I expect to see there. I would love to see a lot of older titles that I love them come back. I mean, sequels they never got that they deserved. Mainly is what I want out of games. But the last part of his question was to tag 5 channels. So here we go. I am tagging Techromancer1, Crow111, Equilibrium Gaming. I'm going to tag Amy's Bro and LMA187. Those are the 5 people I tag with the E3 tag. So, till next video.